10 seconds remaining.
All right. Hello.
Team back.
Welcome back. Some more Dota 2 action. Mr. Cat. Second series of the day. It's going to be Geek Fam, and returning for the encore as is Trust. And it's Trentbacks here, joined by Annie. Annie, are you there?
Yep. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh my goodness. More Dota.
More Dota, dude. We saw
5
Trust
seconds
bring
remaining.
a series back from what looked like the depths of despair. They got wiped by Clutch in Game 1 and brought it back after a 65-minute victory to a completely even series. So Trust are looking strong, probably riding a good momentum, but maybe they're a little fatigued. Geek Fam also looking really strong themselves. I'm very interested to see this matchup.
Yeah, this was kind of one of the more looked forward to ones lately, at least in terms of new teams, especially like Clutch and Geek Fam. So I'm really looking forward to those two going up against each other, to be honest. But now that Trust have taken game number 2, I wasn't, after game 1 with Trust, I was a little bit worried, a little concerned. But those have been alleviated, at least for now, as taking game 2, they certainly showed they've got a little bit of merit going forward here. So we'll see what we get yesterday with Geek Fam. And we had the 1-1 with TNC. And that was courtesy of a Slardar we had that Legion Commander draft with the last pick PL for Teehee, which was really cool. Worked out exceptionally well out of the mid lane. It was a very good pick in the draft. Again, another kind of standard classic from his time drafting and playing with these mid jugs and mid PLs. And their second game, which didn't go quite as well, was a OD with the Earth Spirit. So some nice little combinations in the mid lane, but they weren't quite able to shut down the Tinker of TNC.
All right, starting things out with some familiar heroes. Geek Fam grabbed the Weaver. We saw that played exceptionally well in the second game of our last series. Still unknown whether this is going to be support or core Weaver. Obviously, Weaver Ags has been MVP of the series we've seen today, at least. With Vengeful Spirit picked up, what are the chances that Geek Fam are going towards a Drow?
It's always going to be an option. You should definitely keep it in mind from Trust. Either prepare for it or ban it. It's just it's all about Weaver Drow and Venge Drow also. Totally fine. But you also at the same time have to prepare for either of these to be position 1, the Venge or the Weaver, and then you have to prepare for position 1, 3 potentially, or even the 4 there for the Weaver 2. So lots to think about here. If you're trusting this draft, and they actually commit into a hero that doesn't have a lot of versatility, one would say, in the Undying. So more likely to do well against some earlier fighting if it's going to be the Vengeful Spirit or a Drow-based lineup. And then this might lean Geek Fam now to look back towards like this position 1 Weaver perhaps.
Legion going to be banned out, so not going to have that ultra hard scale and damage stack in core, but still lots for Geek Fam to choose from. I mean, if Drow doesn't get banned out here, I will be thoroughly surprised, because Geek Fam has the first pick going into this next round.
True. What I would say though is that with the Undying, Trust are saying like go ahead, basically. Like we're happy if you want to Drow because we're gonna run at you, we're gonna shit all over that Drow and throw her out the other side. Not that that'll necessarily happen, because Drow can still get out of control. Drow will allow Weaver to go position 4, and then you have this Venge Weaver combo with a Drow. And yes, Centaur Runner again, another good hero up against the Drow. So we'll see if Trust want to let it go and hand it over to Geek Fam. I'd be looking forward to it. They did beat a Drow lineup themselves, Geek Fam. It was that TNC they tried twice yesterday with a Lone Druid kind of quick game. Worked game 1, they had the sick Deso that came out. But then game 2, when they had a Lone Druid and a Drow Aura, it wasn't even enough for the LD to close it out here. So we'll have to see if they want to opt in towards it, if they want to force this Weaver in. Personally, I would think it's more likely that they make the Weaver position 1 and just kind of negate a lot of what this Undying would have to say in the game.
Yeah, I mean, again, playing against Drow, the big thing is gap close, and Undying's all right at that. What do you think about this choice to ban out the Shadow Fiend? It's a nice damage dealer, but is it really that much of a priority?
Oh, yeah. Shadow Fiend's super good. He's the man. He is like good in almost every draft. He doesn't have that many bad matchups mid right now. And then he has minus armor synergy with the Vengeful Spirit, too. So he would have had a pretty... Well, and the Weaver himself, but Just a nice all-arounder there. So I'm sure they're pretty pleased they removed that one from the pool. Big heroes still left. We still have our Juggernaut, who's pretty fun. We're going to get an axe this time.
Ooh.
A big
I
initiator.
like that initiator, yeah. Rust taking their time here. They obviously still need a lot, unless they're doing something real crazy like offlane Undying. Still gonna need all their cores right now.
Yeah, they've also shown that with the Undying. Well, I guess one of the good things about Undying, although he's kind of single-minded in a lot of the ways that he can play in the early game, like he likes to fight early. He likes to get some decay stacks. He runs at you. He does mean that you have a little bit of flexibility when it comes to your early lanes. You can't just go mid and sit in like a 2v1 scenario and bully out any sort of a greedier mid that Geek Fam might go for. So it's not. It's okay to reveal your 4 early if they pressure mid, but generally if you reveal your 4 early and they don't pressure mid, that's when you tend to run into a lot of trouble lately. Now Trust will just have to figure out for themselves what they want to do. It's all they really like. They basically don't know anything besides Axe is going to be an offlaner.
I'm gonna go for a Sand King here, another one of those heroes that has been a little bit more neglected now in this patch. Probably gonna throw him in the offlane. He can still offlane, I guess. And I mean, they could go for something like a Lifestealer if they wanted to have a really nice vessel for him.
10 seconds
Yeah, this is
remaining.
pretty sick Sand King game, I would say. Yeah, you see the Axe,
5
and you say,
seconds
okay,
remaining.
well, we know that that's an offlane Axe. That's the only thing we can guarantee out of their heroes. And we know that if we put our Sand King in a
Reserve
1v1, he would do okay against an Axe. It's like no one does well against an Axe. No one like totally dumpsters him 1v1. As Axe can just kind of cause you a lot of problems. But Sand King would be fine with that. And then it still allows you to go into this aggro trialing if you want with the Rubik and the Undying. But it's by no means a necessity with the hero.
Yeah, Sand King also a good gap closer. If Geek Fam do opt to go back into that drow, they've got another tool to be able to get on top of her and prevent her from just standing there and right-clicking around like a sentry turret. Geek Fam taking their time. They're going to go for a bounty hunter here.
Radiant team
Very
pick.
interesting. Able to scale up pretty quickly. So how nasty bounties can be
Yeah.
in game number 1 of this series. And Trust go for a Luna.
Fire
Yeah, this
team
makes
Interesting
sense.
pick.
This would have been I think the best one left without Jug here, because it allows them to go into a dual off lane with the Rubik and the Luna, depending if they need to, and they can just like send them up there, put the Sand King down bottom, and then Undying can help a mid hero.
10 seconds
Potentially,
remaining.
that they don't necessarily have to. She also opens up for good aggro tri lanes as well, just with
5
the
seconds
aura,
remaining.
or a full zone out onto the Axe as well. It's just she's so good. I mean, who doesn't love Luna? Look at those eyes, adorable. You
Be
know,
fair, when I
guys, the
started
Eclipse
playing-
logo is her eyes.
Whoa.
Did you guys know that? You're welcome.
Brent Pax, you're blowing my mind here. It's like 6 in the morning.
I know.
Please.
It's exploding.
I can't handle.
Yeah. Well, good hero. The Bounty Hunter, this means that there will be a little bit of pressure mid, but it also means they're vulnerable to any sort of an aggro tri-lane coming out from this Luna, so they'll have to be a little bit cautious about that from Geek Fam, and yeah, they'll just
Radiant
take
team
care of that
back.
there ticker. So position 1 Weaver, control elements. They have the Rubik, which is great because he has telekinesis to hold you, and he steals Shikuchi, so he has a fun time. But other than that, it's not too bad. We'll just have to watch out for
10
that Sand King.
seconds
Great
remaining.
Lincoln's game, that is for sure.
Definitely.
5 seconds
For us
remaining.
taking their time with this last ban, making sure Geek Fam don't get their paws on what they want here. Assuming they're
Reserve
still
time.
going for a mid. OD is still in the pool, could do a decent job against everyone, but what do you think?
Geek Fam. So he's a bit of a goon. He likes some funny heroes. I guess I wonder if he plays. Is T an Invoker player? I don't know him in his new role ish thing. Yeah, I guess he's the Invoker player. So 10-0-10 in his last game. Damn, dude. All right.
Oof.
Well, I kind of like that.
Oh, I like Trust.
Radiant
They've
team
clearly got trust issues banning out that Ember Spirit, as we saw an Ember Bounty combo just fuck on them in game number 1 of their first series.
Yeah, that Ember was actually sick.
You can show there's no PTSD happening.
10
And
seconds
where are we
remaining.
now for Trust? Oh yeah, they're mid laner as well. So Hesby revealed. Hesby against the Bounty Hunter.
5 seconds remaining.
Jug's gone. Can get a little help from an Undying, though. And they also have plenty of time to
Reserve
talk
time.
about it and
Feel
try
like a
and think it
DK.
over. A DK, yeah. He certainly be able to handle a lot. Would be a little bit more initiation for them. Has a stun for the Weaver. We already lost our potential for the Magnus. The Tinker, another hero of that idea. Well, there really isn't. No one is quite Tinker. I think Queen's kind of okay if they want to.
Yeah. I think it's so easy to shut Queen down. Like, she has to have a one lane or it's just not going to work out. Gonna go for a Meepo again.
Dire
All right.
What? No,
All
no,
right,
okay.
fair enough. They
They're
just
going
got
for a Meepo of
meepoed.
their own.
They're just
Yeah.
like, you know what? Let's do it. It's SEA. I don't know. I just thought like the past couple of weeks, Meepo gets banned first phase every game, and then suddenly people ignore him, and he's just gone. And then look at this. Well, they have an axe.
10
They have
seconds remaining.
pretty much nothing else, and they have 38 seconds to try and figure out what the hell they're gonna
5
do against a mid
seconds
Meepo.
remaining.
Nice pick. Good choice. You know, I guess we don't know these teams, so it's hard to always tell exactly who Meepo players are. But at this point, it's safe to assume every team's a Meepo player. I have to start working him into my repertoire. Their last Meepo game was an attempt up against Faceless. It did not go too well. And they lost the game in 30 minutes. So see if they can get a little bit of a better ball rolling here for Trust.
10
Only gonna
seconds
be
remaining.
interesting game to say the least. Meepo and Luna on the same team. I don't see that a lot. Those are two very greedy heroes, but I think Trust have drafted themselves to be able to get the most out of that. But Geek Fam is just like, all
They're
right,
gonna send
screw
the
you.
axe mid, I think.
They can send the Weaver mid if they really wanted to.
And that can also do that. I'd like to see the axe mid personally. I think that'd be pretty great. It's like run him into the Meepo, but we'll see. I guess with an Undying there, that sounds pretty awful, so it probably will be the Weaver, sadly enough, but we'll have to see what they want to do. I also don't know who plays the Meepo for Trust. If it's going to be one of our scenarios like with a Bing last game where we get some lane swaps and role swaps as we're new to the squad here. And it looks like it will still just be PP there, so no concern on a swap in this one.
All right, interesting drafts here. I love
10
what Geek Fam
seconds
did with this
remaining.
last pick. I think they just definitely threw Trust for a loop. I think Meepo's going to be scared because all it
5
takes is
seconds
kind of
remaining.
one pounce, one lockdown. Slark's probably going to go for that early Echo Saber. Might get early damage rolling for himself as well. I'm thinking I'm like 70-30 Dire right here. What do you?
You like the Dire? I think
Yeah,
we
I'm
got
liking their
this.
draft a lot. I haven't actually seen Geek Fam play. I've seen their players play individually, not
Yeah.
all on this roster though.
They looked pretty convincing in their victory, and even okay in their defeat. So I certainly like the squad. This Meepo pick. I don't know. I feel like I've cast like hundreds of games of all these heroes, and then the Meepos have just so recently that I still definitely don't have the best handle on as to how well they're gonna do. It's difficult to read. Like in that last game, it felt like it was gonna go well, but maybe that came down to more play style compared to how he they needed to close out because the way they kind of threw their bodies and they rather than like chipping away at the victory, they kind of tried to chunk it with these big like sacrifice plays. So maybe that's why, but. I can give it to a Meepo. It's a 9th pick. Maybe it's desperation. Maybe it's actually good. But yeah, no, I'm trying here. But I think I'm going to favor Geek Fam too. I think the Blink Dagger will be too slow on the Sand King. And I don't think Luna's going to have enough friends to actually do anything because Meepo's going to be doing other things. So they're like 4-man units kind of weak without Blink Dagger on Sand King. And the Bounty Hunter will just allow them to dodge out any sort of a big group up play.
I mean, I've learned my lesson from watching enough Southeast Asian games that you can never just completely tap out a Meepo. You can never say like, I mean, he's never going to get online. But we saw in last game how Meepos can get that momentum going, but unless they can actually finish out the game at a relatively early time, it's somewhat easy for heroes like a Slark and a Weaver to scale up and be able to fight against them.
A little bit of 747 Dota here. We'll send our Slark mid. I like this. And I think it was 747 was the only person I've seen play Slark mid, and it was in the FDL qualifier versus NP for Northern Arena, I think. I'm pretty sure. But either way.
Damn, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an older one. Not something we get to see too often. And T-He'll be going at it, though. course, the common mid matchup of Meepo versus Slark. I won't even elaborate on it because you just all know exactly how it's gonna go. So it's not even worth talking about, really. So zone in onto this bounty rune down bottom. Should be a easy grab here for Velo. No, they're concerned. Wow, I am surprised.
I mean, I guess it's worth just playing safe. You don't want to sacrifice that first blood. Man, that is a cool axe scythe. I haven't seen that one in a while.
It looks like the Not Today logo.
Yeah, I was thinking the staff from Ruby, the anime. But it's all good.
No, I'm
You
not
know.
one of those anime people, Annie.
Oh no!
I know.
Don't
sorry.
make it just be me. Now it's weird. All right, everyone's gonna go ahead and collect their own runes. No steals going on. Nothing feisty, but everyone just starting out here. I mean, what lane is the most crucial here to go right or wrong for either team?
Well, it looks like Geek Fam have gotten what they wanted because they made the rotation, or at least perhaps it's the Rain who've got what they wanted. We can pretty much tell. I would say Sand King personally, because I think that this guy just needs to get a lot done. He wants to have any hope. He'll be up against the Axe, so he can get some farm. Both of them just kind of like burst the waves. It's not a very exciting lane to watch. Yep, there you go. One guy tries to right click, and the other one tries to not. It's pretty great.
I think mid's gonna be pretty interesting. PP getting punished really heavily. Raji just chilling around. Meepo's got to be super careful. Again, got to hit that level 3 point before you can send one Meepo off.
Huh, yeah, he kind of distracted the creeps, though, which allowed them to come right into the tower PP, which is pretty great. Bottom, Sionix,
Oh.
3 more
it's
seconds. Should be okay.
A big sandwich going down. He can scooch you out, but they've got a sentry placed down, so he's going to have to walk under vision. Problem is just getting those stuns on lock. They need level 2 on Luna to get that Lucent Beam.
Top lane, NT is just going to get his wave into the tower. So this is the thing. It's like, yeah, Axe just can bully you and stuff like that, and it can be a little bit harder for Sand King, but you can still get a lot of the last hits by using your Caustic under tower and stuff and getting those explosions. But, again, that'll probably be pretty boring.
PP gonna get pounced mid lane. They've got the damage from Raji. Still only level 1. Are the right clicks there? He's walking his little heart away. Raji got that move speed. PP maybe thinking about the Ancient Deny.
Dire's middle tower is
Raji
under attack.
doesn't have Janata, doesn't have the Shuriken Toss. He's got to go au natural on this one. PP making his way towards the shrine and probably is going to get out of this one alive. Bounty Hunter gives up the chase.
That's not too bad, though. You force at the shrine. You might even just wait for him to come back, too. Oh, of course, the bounty rune.
Oh,
You got it.
greedy boy. Raji. Very nice.
Oh, I'm getting scared about up top, so. Yeah, again, not too surprising. Now, this is one thing. Whoever can win this abuse is actually winning this lane. Like, but either of these heroes can abuse the creeps and pull them into these neutral camps to farm them up, and that can be the thing that would actually determine who comes out on top in this one. Bottom
Lift
lane.
up from the Weaver, but I mean, they just don't have enough damage to get him all the way down, just slowly whittling him away. He was just going to go eat himself a tango. Now what the is rotated into the mid lane.
Oh, that's
Meepo
Satyr.
tired of being completely harassed. Oh, back down bottom, they got it! There we go.
That was all because of a Satyr.
Satyr MVP, dude. I have seen more than one First Blood come out just because of a Satyr blast.
Damn, that actually really hurts for a Luna, too. You're just trying to farm up against this stupid lane they brought down up against you. Alright, well, 8 last hits on Sionix. Alright, they're gonna shrine, mostly just for the mana. Just keep up the harass. Keep trying to bully Lakel's. Lakel's probably the biggest name on this team, at least in terms of people who aren't too familiar with the region, don't watch too much. And some of his
That
more
guy's been around
classic
forever.
plays. Yeah, exactly. Just been a couple iconic heroes there, namely the Morphling.
Oh, they're
but-
going in. They're going to be initiating onto the Rubik. He's going to end up going down. What the? Actually getting pretty low as well. Lakel's has the damage, but what the? Even with the Fairy Fire, isn't able to get out alive. That's a double kill for the Weaver. Meanwhile, up top, Sand King was able to find a kill on the Axe, which didn't happen. Our Luna still in some trouble. She's going to try to block her way in with a fancy branch, but still does go down. Raji helping out with all these kills. What the? Gonna go down for a second time. He died and then respawned, TP'd in, and died. Really unfortunate there for the Radiant side.
Yeah, and dying's pretty great when you get these like giant 2 and 3 man decays, you think, but there are also just so many heroes there. PP dead. Mid lane dying to Teehee. And
1 to 6 right now is the kill score. It's looking all right for Geek Fam in terms of starts.
yeah, I would say so.
Under attack.
Yeah.
I got a pretty good grab when you can solo kill the enemy mid, who's a Meepo.
And also
you're a
you just
Slark.
massacred the entire bot tri
Radiant's
lane like
bottom
twice.
tower is under attack.
Even that top kill is just something that, it's probably just more RNG based. We weren't watching, so it's hard to tell. Maybe Velo was just doing the math, and he was like, well, odds are I'll get this kill. And sometimes you just don't get spins. It's the Axe life. Oh, look at this
I mean,
guy.
Sand King,
He's
he's found his
OG.
level 6, so he might be able to rotate with his crew. He's going to be waiting until at least level 7, level 8 before he picks up the Epi. Would really like to get his paws on the Blink Dagger, but he's got,
Dire's top
2,000
tower
gold
is
to
under
go.
attack.
Only 5 minutes in. Another sentry placed down by the Radiant in mid, trying to scout out for Raji hanging around, but he's going to be cautious of this, sticking up to his own high ground.
Yeah, now they're trying to help out top lane on Velo once more. Trying to keep the punishment going, but not all too much you can do. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see this going too well for Trust. Just trying to figure out exactly what they can get done with this Luna. Maybe
I think
Lacels can figure
Lacels just
something out.
wants as much farm as possible, and right now is a pretty good time, as he's just going to be left alone. Raji, meanwhile, scouting out the Meepos farming. Wait until PP gets low and might be able to jump him. Has level 1 in Shinada, level 1 in the Shuriken Toss.
Yeah, I'm not sure if PP was pinging because he knew he was nearby or something, but send the Meepo back, and Venge not going to find anything.
Oh, could be a nice wrap onto Fei Mao, though. Fei Mao squiggling his way through the trees. Actually gets his way out of this one, at least initially. Dire just going to be content to clear out the mid lane, maybe chop at the tower a couple of times. TP in comes from the Meepo. Shaping up now. Our Slark ready to rotate. Already has his treads and about 800 more gold to think about at 6 minutes.
No, level 3 Rubik. This is so scary.
The Dire Courier just chilling around, trying to either use it as a bait or just forgot about it. But either way, that's going to be Teehee snapping up a kill on the Rubik. Lots of angry ping coming out. Top lane, it looks like Radiant trying to make use of this space, go in, clear out the wave, maybe push onto the tower. But everyone's just staying calm, cool, collected. Down bottom, Lakel's eating a bug. Tower's going to be able to shoot that one off. And
Dire's bottom
the
tower
back lines, we've got Crimson seeing if there's any sort of stun they can go just to nail down the Luna. She tries to make her way back home, but she's going to be able to salve and get herself back to full health.
Well, NT made his rotation, wasn't able to get anything done on that particular moment. And he'll try now from the nighttime.
Ooh,
Best way for
Psionics
Sand King to do anything.
could be in some trouble. They've got that sentry ward if he tries to scooch out. He's going to be able to time-lapse, but again, they've still got vision of him at this point. Oh, Lakel's, though, is going to get completely comboed down. Crimson with the nice missile. Burrow Strike to try to get NT back safely under tower. Still chewing on a bug. Leonix going to be moving forward. Doesn't get the Geminate attack, though. The bug is going to be clipped off in time. Axe goes deep under the tower. Able to get the taunt off onto Fei Mao. Reinitiation from the Sand King, who immediately dies. But it does set up for a successful kill on the Axe. Overall worthwhile. Now there's two very low heroes behind the tier 1 tower. Now they're on cleanup duty, waiting to see if any Radiant heroes are going to walk past them.
Yeah, at the same time, we caught a solo kill mid. Slark grabbing that Meepo once more here. And Psionics maybe been a little greedy, maybe? I don't know.
They
Hoping
know
for Fei
Psionics
Mao.
is here, but they don't know Raji's here. So they're trying to bait it in and see if Weaver can draw enough attention that, the low health Fei Mao comes out of the trees. There we go. Swarm popped out, and Raji's going to be initiating there. They bring Crimson as well. Magic Missile is going to be available. They're popping it onto the Luna here. A kill on the Luna would be huge. The bug still doing its work. The Geminate secures a double kill for the Weaver. Fei Mao is still hiding in his little safety bubble down here, but Crimson's got eyes on him.
It's not very
They're gonna be
safe.
able to go through and find a triple kill for the Weaver. Psionics off to a phenomenal start. 5-0-5 on the bug, and almost a full Dragonlance right now at 8 minutes in the game.
Man, that like all stemmed too from the rotation of the Sand King, where he comes down, like he just feels this need because you rotate lane, you have to do something, right? It was still nighttime. It was probably the best possible moment, and NT missed out on a ton of farm time. At least he is back up top. He's cutting the waves. Good choice up against the Axe. And the race to the Blink Dagger is on.
He's got some good progress on it. A death here would really slow him down. The rest
Oh,
of the
the bait.
Radiant heroes Yeah, they're up top. They got the lift onto the axe. They might be able to get him down. He goes for a call, catches the meepos. A couple of lucky spins. Could have been tragic, but it looks like Axe will be the one to bite the dust. Peepee able to snap up his first kill of the game.
And level 6 for Fame now means stolen vanish here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fam though, he's trying to find something on the back line, not gonna get it. As our bounty hunter starts working in towards level 6. Move down the bot too, get his raindrops. Oh, we'll see if Fame can make anything happen with the Shadow Walk. It's not exactly the
Radiant's
easiest game for
bottom
Rubik
tower is under
to
attack.
get something going. Lakel's probably needs 6, and he's just bailing on this lane.
Theonix able to get the last hit on the tower, so lots of gold going the way of Geek Fam. Feeling real comfortable. Slark, he's going to be halfway towards a Shadow Blade already.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Start his own rotations around. It's that's pretty much the I would say the nail in the coffin this game. If Slark can get this going, he gets like 2 or 3 kills. It's gonna be very, very difficult for Trust to get back. But at the same time, if he starts getting a little bit too aggressive and they actually get some sentries down, since they're getting them anyway for this Weaver, there is a chance that Trust can just turn this around instead of accelerating, moving forward with their Luna and trying to get some big group up plays from there. But first gank, it's actually an Invis rune a little bit early.
Here we go. Peepee went in. He was way deep without vision, farming up this camp up top there. Brought in one of his meepos. I thought for sure he was going to channel up the poof to get out, but actually brought the rest of his crew in and spelled his untimely demise. This meepo has not exactly found a phenomenal start for himself.
Yeah, it's a difficult game for him to find any camps. His own jungle doesn't really feel that safe since they lost the tier 1, so he's trying to like dodge out what he thinks might have been smoke plays coming into aggression. Like a lot of times you might even feel really smart because you're like up here and it's like, aha, they won't find me here. Why would I be farming their small camp? But Invis room from the
Mid-lane.
Slark, painful.
All of the Radiant hero are coming in. If they can find a full wipe here, this could turn it in their favor, but a lot of resources being expended right now. A lot of experience being spread real thin. So Radiant has to get something done here, or they're just wasting their time.
He's
Blink
way on
in
the
from the
back
axe. He
lines.
goes for the call. There's a track onto the Undying. They stun him down. They should be able to find the kill there. Sand King able to channel up his ult. They get the return kill onto the axe. Now Luna going in with her ult. Psionics able to go and time lapse that off. Gets stunned down. There they go. Bouncing the Shuriken all around. The rest of the Radiant are getting so low, but
Oh, he's gonna
Slark,
live?
he's still alive. The Meepo is still fighting and goes down. That's another track kill as well. Raji getting the most out of his level 6. Raji gonna end up going down. Lakel's getting very low as well. Look at that. Psionics just doing the damage. Vengeful spin out with Wave of Terror. Looking real good for Geek Fam right now. That was, I believe, 2 track kills going their way in that fight. And the Meepo and the Luna, you could not pick more crucial targets than that to get down. Psionics goes in. Not going to be able to find that tower kill. Swap back, saving Psionics' life. Crimson, oh, they're going to turn this into a kill. Oh, this is Geek Fam just having fun. Style points rolling in.
That's painful. What that makes a nice play too. He actually denies that tower, but not going to pay off too much in the end. Now they're just kind of getting pincered and squished in by Psionics, and then this fresh Shadow Blade on the Slark. They have to be very careful chasing this bounty.
They're going in. They would really like to find Raji. Crimson's able to throw out a missile. They got to be able to focus down the Meepo, and they're going to bring in Teehee, and he should be able to do that quite handily. Look at the damage coming out. Crimson's still alive, and Lakel's decides better of going in for another Lucent Beam, but just can't even channel up a TP without getting blasted apart. That's 3 more heroes dead on the side of Trust. Once again, the Meepo and the Luna both go down. The kills are not looking great. That's Meepo's 5th death, Luna's 6th.
I had hope when he stole track. Thought maybe this is it. Maybe this will be the big play. They get like 5 track kills, and then right
No.
after he stole track, Velo just jumps in and dunked his face. So that was an issue. We also will have our Maelstrom done here for Psionics. So one of those items that we occasionally see on Weaver, not the most common, but he's seen some value in it here. Kind of a funny game for it too. I'm not sure. I guess the increased attack speed is nice against the Undying. The magic damage, like, yeah, the zap's kind of cool against Meepo, but of course he has that naturally higher magic resistance. Doesn't help you secure Roche, doesn't synergize with the minus armor all that much. It does help you split push quite a bit though, which might be one of the concerns they have against the Meepo. Just more wave clear. Fame now, Mike, did you see that? He just melted. That was depressing. Oh, there goes their Meepo. Got the bounty though. Scouted. Man, this poor
Not
Rubik.
going great right now for the Radiant. Looking at overall net worth, it's about 10,000 in Geek's fans' favor, 7,500 in terms of overall XP. I mean, that's against a team with a Meepo that really should be finding a lot of farm, but Meepo is just permanently dead at this point.
Yeah, I guess Solo killed twice in lane.
Radiant's top
And
tower
then the
is
fight started. Geek just started running at them. Shadow Blades, Blink Daggers, and more to come. Echo Saber, only 500 gold away from Teehee, as he'll find Lakel's. And what's
mean-
the Shadow Dance? I mean, he's just dead. Doesn't even need it.
I mean, like, what do you do if you're the Radiant? We got PP coming in. PP, are you a madman? He's going to be tracked up. And you've got Slark able to go channel up his ult. They might be able to turn this right around. They've got Raji in the area. Be very careful of Radiant sentry wards, but who are we kidding? Radiant is so freaking poor. They've got one up here near the shrine. It's a nice little ward. They're going to scout out 2 invis heroes, but it's not quick enough for Feimao to get out alive. That's 2 heroes dead immediately. At least one of them's going to be a track kill. Another track kill on PP coming
Nice
back
dunk.
in. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's done. It's all done. Luna's the only survivor making her way past the shrine. Looks like they're just going to be going in for a full wipe. This is upsetting.
Yeah, Lakel's is lower farm than the Vengeful Spirit. I just got
I mean-
Medallion, just almost into the Solar Crest. And they can easily head into Roche now. Deso or not for a Weaver. You have wards on the shrine too. So, yeah, it turns into closeout mode here for the Dire.
I'm a little baffled by the fact that we are now just 16 minutes into the game, and Dire have racked themselves up 28 kills. So that's fair.
Yeah, they haven't looked like they were struggling or slowing down at all this whole time. Wow, that's a lot
Oh,
of
here we
sentries.
go. Lift onto the bounty. I mean, they're just spending all their energy trying to get Raji down, and it's not even going to be enough. Dire now, they're getting low. Beautiful epicenter from NT. This might just be enough to maybe turn this. They get what they need. They pop the Aegis. Crimson should be going down as well. Looks to turn things around. Everyone going to be going down. The Weaver might be able to make his way up, but now Teehee gets back into the fight. Go look for pickoffs. The rest of Radiant now running in fear as the Slark is back up. Still really, really good hold there from Trust. They did whatever they could, but it's only slowing down the inevitable, I fear.
Ah, nice. We got a full fight recap as well. So the big bounty goes to the Undying, 1,100 and some, plenty of experience, 34. Big swap over, man, a lot of gold. So important for sure, but still a long way to go here for the Radiant. But if they can keep up those kind of plays, where they manage to find that kind of like perfect team fights, Feimao just so close, but raindrops not enough. No track though, maybe. Nice value.
I mean, if that's the only highlight we're looking at here, meanwhile Axe goes in onto the Meepos up top. He's just spinning his little heart away. That was Meepos, again, initiating, poofing into the fight, and meeting their untimely death. The 8th death of the Meepo, in fact.
Yeah, he doesn't have much choice though, because he's just like one of his Meepos gets called, it's just gonna die if he ditches it. So has to go for the all-in.
Fortunately, the more Meepos that aggro Axe, the more likely he is to spin right in your freaking face.
Yeah,
But
definitely
it's
a
looking
tough
tight
call.
for Geek fam right now. The track kill's starting to add up. 15,000 gold now, and it's only swooping further. I mean, there's a potential that Geek fam just kind of lose their momentum and they can't break high ground, but that'd be pretty tricky there. Swap back. They want to go into NT. He had a successful epicenter earlier, and they want to get revenge. Dunk missed from the Axe, but they still find the kill. Now Teehee going to draw the aggro from Lakel's, but still able to get out. Completely unscratched. Still has his ult available if he needs more regen.
Yeah, now that's a Mjolnir at 18.5 minutes. That's the Onyx. That's a lot of damage. 3,000 gold soon to be here on our Slark. He's at 26 for now, and I'm not even sure he knows what he wants next.
is under attack.
BKB is kind of the dream item, but he might want to just spend the money earlier. Oh.
Meepo. Gonna poof all but one Meep away. It's gonna be pounced in place, and unfortunately you can't poof your way out of that one. Call from the Axe secures another kill. Meepo has now been in the fountain for almost as much time as he has been out of the fountain.
Yeah, it sounds fairly accurate, actually. I would say.
I mean, the key to playing a really nasty Meepo is just to be able to go farm completely unnoticed for 20 minutes. But Geek Fam, you look at their lineup and it's just all heroes that love checking jungle camps, that love following you around the map and making sure you don't get that free time. So, I mean, it's real hard to sneakily farm when there's a bounty hunter on your every move.
Yeah, I think Trust knew it must have been a little bit of a riskier pick with the draft they had. This Slark has really worked out well for Teehee, though. I mean, he loves playing these kind of like position ones, I would say, like that Jug again in the mid lane, the PL in the mid lane, and a game where you're given an opportunity to go Slark is pretty great in itself as well. And yeah, he actually just fully upgrades in the Silver Edge, so less survivability than the full BKB, but he can spend the money right now, get it. He can upgrade his damage, reduce a little bit of the damage, and then just give yourself some more stats. So, solid choice.
The Geek Fam, I feel like they've got all the time in the world right now, because let's say they just do absolutely nothing. They just clear out their own jungle and don't cross the river for the next 25 minutes. I mean, yeah, Meepo and Luna can get real big, but Slark, Axe, Weaver, they're all going to benefit hugely from farm as well. So it's not like Geek Fam are facing a crunch right now.
No, it's not really any sort of concern here.
I want to give a little shout out to our Meepo here. It's been about 2 full minutes and he hasn't died, so finding a little bit of farming experience for himself, staying safe, be all good here. Raji, very, very close to walking underneath sentry vision, but even if he does, he doesn't particularly care. Not like he's going to get completely jumped on and blown up anyway. NT, his smoke's going to pop onto this Axe. They do dust the Axe, but he just blinks himself right away, so that's going to be a dust down. At least Trust gets some idea of what's going on the side of Geek Fam.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing what they can. Trying to get Dragonlance. And this smoke will be wearing out soon. It's just Dota, I guess. They're just gonna clean it out. 20,000 plus lead. 20,000 approaching on experience.
Looking at the net worth breakdown, I mean, your bounty hunter's going blow for blow with every core on the side of the Radiant. He's one up in them. The only one that's not completely blowing everyone out of the water is Crimson on the Vengeful Spirit, but she's been doing a great job playing that hard position 5, going for really clutch swaps. The stuns have been great as well, and now she has her Solar Crest. The big new hot item of this patch, I feel.
Well, it's good when you can get a lot of support this early, that's for sure. Just snowballing so hard.
Leonic's going to be underneath a shrine with no dire wards, but still feeling so comfortable farming all by himself. Mid lane, looks like there's going to be a track sprayed out onto the Rubik, but he's going to have to back himself up before anything happens.
All right, they basically have to try
3
this
heroes
anti-play.
channeling up a stun onto Psionics. Psionics is going to be held in place. He is able to get off his time lapse. Focus down though, they've got the vision. That's a big kill. That's 600 gold to 4 heroes on the Radiant team.
Yeah, that's a great play. Basically came just because of like no full vision down here or anything. Lots of de-warding, so they know the Dire don't have these like nice cliff wards. Could be spotting them out.
Oh, Raji's going in onto the Rubik. Is he going to be able to solo him? Swap away. Wow, swap back in. Feymao wants to book it out of here. Stolen swap. Trying to find himself a escape route, but isn't able to do so. Does rake in a couple of style points.
I'll take your tribute.
Yeah, it just feels like he just bought that Silver Edge. Already PKB.
Oh, Axe blinks in onto the Meepos that just poofed into the area. Unfortunately, it is still going to spell the death of the Meepos. There's nothing that the Radiant can do to stop this. Full Eclipse channeled out from the Luna, but everyone just sits there and isn't really that bothered by it. Track sprayed out onto Lakel's now, so more and more gold's going to be going their way. She's able to purge off that track, but
She
yeah,
tried to
just
run.
killed anyway. Track back on her.
Godlike there for Teehee.
I mean, this Slark didn't seem particularly like way out of control in the mid lane. He just never died, and that was a thing that Meepo unfortunately wasn't able to mimic.
Yeah, I mean, no support help coming from either side. He solo kills Meepo twice. That happens to you in lane is Slark. Very happy guy.
This not dying. One of the tankier supports in the pool just cut apart like butter. It's looking like Geek Fam are quite unstoppable here. We're probably moments away from a GG. At 24 minutes in, there's about a 30,000 net worth lead, and a full lane of racks crumbled down. This means no more shrines, and this means super creeps, and Trust don't particularly have great wave clear.
No, they're trying to do something here with the smoke, but they are fully aware of it happening thanks to the track. Just saw Rubik, vanish. Floating vision. And Lakel's. Well, he'll push out bottom. All right. Saved. So, yeah. Shrine time. And still, Geek Fam maybe just kind of expecting to hear a GG call, but they're not going to do anything too crazy until they see one. Like dagger on their Slark. He is so rich. Holy.
It's feeling pretty good. Looking at the level breakdown, there's definitely a disparity going on. Axe and Slark have found their level 20s, while Luna's still looking at her level 12, and our Rubik has yet to hit his level 10. Still eagerly looking forward to maybe grabbing up that 60 gold per minute, but I don't think it's happening.
Oh, Famo. He's been struggling with the connection issues today.
Yeah, it's the connection issues. Meepo here, he's continuing to farm up. He's almost got his second Dragonlance done and already has his Blink, but for 25 minutes in on the Meepo, I mean, he's just got 10 deaths, and that time off the map, that time not farming is so big. He just loses gold every death, so he's in Strug City. Meepo, you'd expect to be, at 25 minutes around level, 19, 20. He's just ticked his level 16, so even for a struggling Meepo, it's real tough. And you look at what slack there is to pick up, and it falls down to Lakel's on the Luna, and she's having a tough time as well.
Yeah, Lakel's just didn't have anything to help him this game. I don't think this rests on the Luna at all. Like, what are you going to do as a Luna in that sort of a lane? At least if you're like a Juggernaut or something, you can try and smoke out and try and get a kill with like Omni Slash or something like that. Or you can split push more aggressively and use spin TPs. Maybe not against an Axe, but just that whole general idea. Whereas Luna, you don't have those options. You just rely so much more on this whole like team aspect and this group up, or you have Shadow Demon, one or the other.
We just talk about Psyonix's build. I love it so much. This is a build from a Weaver that knows he's completely unstoppable. He went in, got, again, the first item Mjolnir before the Desolator, like you talked about. Now he's going back in for the Deso after picking up a full BKB, still sitting at 10 charges. I mean, Weaver is a really slippery hero to begin with, and now going to be magic immune, going to be juking and jiving all around the fight. You can't kill him. He's got an Aegis.
Yeah, no. It's just insurance at this point. Well, at least Meepo's doing his thing, but they should definitely not care about this. Good taunt out. And Lakel's will go down. Dunked.
It's messy.
Yeah.
Dire, they're securing their lead right now. 2 heroes down. Luna doesn't have buyback. Sand King was thinking about going in, channeling up his ult, but will get killed in the meantime. Finally, the GGs come out as Trust just can't take it anymore. They roll over. They call Uncle. And, yes, appropriate rip onto the ground. Thank you, Trent.
No problem. Got you covered.
I mean, this could be a repeat of what happened in Series 1 where, Trust got rolled and then came back for game number 2, but Geek Fam are looking incredibly well put together. You can just see the individual skill shine through.
Well, that is game 1, and I'll get ready to host game number 2 so we can all move on from this. And Trust, I have faith. I think they can figure something out for game number 2. So we will join you guys in just a moment. Annie and Treadpacks, we'll be right back.